Hey guys, how's it going? TJ here with Dead History, and Happy New Year 2021. And today is part 7 of our presidential series, and we're going to be talking about the 8th President of the United States, Martin Van Buren. Isn't that right, Henry?
Yes, this is Martin Van Buren.
Very good. Got Henry here with me today helping me out. And yep, you might be saying to yourself, well, what's so interesting and so special about Martin Van Buren? Well, you'd be surprised. There actually is some really interesting facts about Martin Van Buren. Of course, he was from Kinderhook, New York, and I'm going to show you his gravesite. I'm going to show you the house where he was born at, and I'm going to even show you the house that he lived at. So sit back, relax, stay tuned, but first, what do they got to do, Henry?
So hit subscribe down below.
That's right, hit subscribe down below. Give us a like, thumbs up, leave your comments and questions, and of course, make sure you hit that little bell, that notification button, so you know when we're going to release a new video, which is every single week, right, Henry?
Yes.
That's right. So now, here we go. Sit back, relax. It's going to be part 7 of our presidential series looking at Martin Van Buren. And this is...
Dead History.
Dead History. Hey guys, TJ back with you, here with Henry. And yep, today's part 7 of our presidential series, the 8th President of the United States, the guy behind us, Martin Van Buren. And some really cool things about Martin Van Buren, like, did you know that he is actually the very first president that was ever born in America? Right, Henry?
Wow.
I know, right? That's crazy. A lot of people say, well, what about Washington? What about Jefferson? You're going to find out, so stay tuned. And also, several other things about Martin Van Buren, like, he was opposed to the annexation of Texas at first. Yeah, and for all you Seinfeld lovers out there was actually a gang that was named after and inspired by Martin Van Buren, the Van Buren Boys, on an episode of Seinfeld. Some really funny, great stuff. So sit back and relax and enjoy part 7 of our presidential series looking at the 8th President of the United States, Old Kinderhook, Martin Van Buren. Enjoy. Hey guys, how's it going? TJ here with Dead History, and I am here with my son Henry.
Hi.
And we are going to jump right in. Obviously, this is part 7 of our presidential series, and we're talking about the 8th President of the United States. Who's that, Henry?
Martin Van Buren.
Martin Van Buren, very good. So, Van Buren, he was actually born on December 5th of 1782 in Kinderhook, New York, which is about 20 miles south of the Albany on the Hudson River. 20 miles south of Albany, I should say. When he was born, the spelling of his name was actually M-A-A-R-T-E-N, Van Buren, the Dutch spelling. But obviously that changed to kind of an Americanized version over the years. So yeah, really cool thing. Martin Van Buren, a lot of people do not know this. He actually was the very first American-born president. Right, Henry?
Yes.
Yes. So really cool. A lot of people say, well, wait a minute. What about... Who was the first president, Henry?
George Washington.
Right? Or what about the third president, Henry?
Thomas Jefferson.
That's right. Somebody like that. Or John Adams, right?
John Quincy Adams.
All right. Or John Quincy. That's right. All these other guys, weren't they born in America? Well, yes, they were born in colonies and states, but Van Buren was the first president that was actually born after the American Revolution. So basically, after America became a country and became America, that's when Van Buren was born. So pretty interesting fact. If anybody ever says that to you, like, hey, who was the first American-born president? Believe it or not, it was Martin Van Buren. So interesting fact. Abraham Van Buren was his father. He had been a patriot during the American Revolution, his father, Abraham. And he later joined the Democratic Republican Party. He owned an inn and tavern in Kinderhook and served as Kinderhook's town clerk for several years. In 1776, he married Maria I think it actually is pronounced Goes, Maria Goes, Van Allen, in the town of Kinderhook, also of Dutch extraction, and the widow of Johannes Van Allen. She was a widow. She had 3 children from her first marriage, and then her second marriage, obviously, to Abraham, produced 5 more children, and of Martin Van Buren was the third of 5 children that they had together. So pretty interesting. Van Buren, he grew up in Kinderhook, New York. Like I said, father was a tavern owner and a farmer. His family, they primarily spoke Dutch at home. Van Buren was also the first president ever to speak 2 languages. He spoke English and he spoke Dutch. So another interesting fact about Van Buren. Dutch is, it's basically like there was a lot of Dutch settlers that came over here and they formed colonies and such. So Van Buren, it's a good question, Henry, that he was part of that Dutch settlement in upstate New York. So it's just it's a European area that the settlers came over here to America from. Okay? Very good question, though. Martin was an intelligent, but he only received a formal education until the age of 14. He learned law by working and apprenticing for attorneys in New York, and in 1803, he passed the bar and became a lawyer. Van Buren became involved in politics at a very young age. In fact, when he was just 17 years old, he attended his first political convention, and he became attracted to politics and soon entered political office himself. So, pretty interesting stuff. Van Buren, he's a little bit more interesting than people give him credit for. Yeah, his presidency was pretty, forgettable, to be honest with you. He wasn't the greatest president. However, there is just some interesting facts about him. He worked in a tavern when he was young. He worked in his dad's tavern. Van Buren also, later in his political career when he was older, he was a staunch supporter of Andrew Jackson. He was actually Andrew Jackson's vice president. And in 1828, Van Buren worked hard to get Jackson elected. And he even ran for governor of the state of New York as a way to gain more votes for Jackson. So, yeah, Van Buren won the election, but he resigned after 3 months to accept an appointment as Secretary of State to Jackson's cabinet. As a matter of fact, he was an influential member of Jackson's quote-unquote kitchen cabinet. It was the president's personal group of advisors. So he was Jackson's right-hand man. As a matter of fact, Andrew Jackson basically picked Van Buren to be his successor after Jackson's presidency was over with. So they shared a lot of the same views. Definitely pretty interesting stuff. Van Buren, he actually, he married Hannah Goes. As I said, Hannah Goes in Catskill, New York. They married on February 21st of 1807. And the interesting thing is they were actually first cousins. They were cousins, Van Buren and his wife. So, pretty interesting. Just shows, obviously the times. She actually, unfortunately, Hannah contracted tuberculosis and she died in Kinderhook on February 5th of 1819. She was only 35 years old. And after that, Van Buren never remarried. Pretty interesting because they were, like I said, they were kind of childhood sweethearts and that sort of thing. And it's just interesting that after she died, he was still fairly young as well. He never remarried for the rest of his life. So another interesting fact about Van Buren. This video, we're kind of probably getting toward the end of things. What we're going to do in part 2, we're going to take a look, obviously, at Van Buren, where he was born, just the house. We're going to take a look at his house, lindenwald, where he lived and spent all of his retirement at and died at. And then we're going to take a look at his gravesite, too, as well as a couple more really interesting, fun facts about Van Buren. So stick around. This is part 1 of 2. Stick around for part 2. This is the presidential series, part 7, looking at the 8th president of the United States, Martin Van Buren. They should stay tuned, right, Henry?
Yes.
Stay tuned. All right, we'll see you for part 2. Thanks, guys.